Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yes.
They traded some players.
They did.
They traded out Matthew Joseph.
They traded out Taylor Radish.
They did.
They traded out Boris Kachuk.
Yes.
They traded out 2 first-round picks.
That's right.
Yeah.
First-round
They
picks.
traded a whole
I didn't
bunch
know
of
that teams
stuff.
had this many first-round picks.
Well, they were in
I know,
separate
in
years.
separate years. I know.
Yeah,
My 2035 first-round pick is available.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
Like some teams have traded. I don't think anybody traded a 2025 pick, did they? Today? They traded 2024 picks for sure.
I think that somebody did.
Okay, so in other words, they're trading. If someone traded for a 2025 pick, and I'm not saying they did, but if they did, that's a kid that was born in 07,
Yeah.
right? So that's a kid who's like 15 right now.
So I'm not going to go through the full list, but I did make a cheat sheet of some of the more notable trades.
Yep.
And on it, there is a fourth in 2024
Yeah, there's a bunch of 2024s.
that the Chicago Blackhawks got from. The Tampa Bay Lightning got from the Chicago Blackhawks.
Right.
There's a third in 2024 that went towards the Kraken for Giordano. And there is a first in 2024 that the Panthers gave to Philadelphia.
Wow. So, okay, so 2024, that's an 08. So it's a kid who's, what year are we in right now? 2024. 2024 would be 06. Sorry, 06. Born
Right.
06.
Yeah.
So that kid's 16 right now. 15, 16 years.
And there's another.
And like he has no idea who he is, but some kid who's playing hockey in the GTHL or for Moto's like U16 team or whatever, is like, I just got my rights traded. I just had my NHL rights traded.
Yeah. I can't wait until like 2028 when we're like, and that 2024 pick became.
Yeah. Well, it's even worse in junior hockey.
Yeah.
Like in the Quebec League, they trade them like 7 years out and
Right.
you're dealing with 16-year-old kids. So it's like, some kid who's, in Tim Hortons, Timbits hockey, just had his rights traded. So anyways, but Tampa, back to Tampa. Love what Tampa did. Love it. They won for a lot of reasons. Obviously. They obviously won for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
There were a lot of reasons
you
why
wrote
they won.
about this
And they
in your
won-
Substack
Right, I did.
article, kencampbell.substack.com.
Nice. So there were a lot of reasons why they won. One of them was that they had a third line that was ridiculous.
Right.
Right? And it consisted of Blake Coleman, Yanni Gourde,
Yeah.
and
You're talking about last year's cup.
who am I missing? Yanni Gourde, Blake Coleman,
Barclay Goodrow.
and Barclay Goodrow.
Yeah. That's like the first time that I've remembered a name that you've forgotten.
Right. They lost all three of them.
Yeah.
Lost all three of them.
Yeah.
Right. So for a while they had Maroon, Perry, and Bellemare kind of as their third line.
Yeah.
With the, the Radiches and the Kachuks and the Josephs and all that filling in the fourth line. Well, what did they do? What did GM Julien Brisebois do? He went out and he rebuilt
His third line.
So now he's got a third line of Ross Colton between Hagel and Nick Paul. And Nick Paul. Is that as good as the other line? Probably not. No. But it's good. It's damn good. It's damn good. And if I love this trade because, obviously Julien Brisebois is a cowboy and he just goes out and makes these wicked trades, right?
Yeah.
I like it from Chicago's perspective.
Yeah.
Because even though Hagel has 2 years at 1.5 left and he might get 30 goals this year, they're getting 2 first-round picks. And they got Taylor Radish and they got Boris Kachuk. Yeah. Right? So you don't turn that down even for that guy. Yeah. Right? Especially when you're rebuilding. So to me, that was a really good trade for both teams. I just love that Julien Brisebois is going like, yeah, I do not care about the future. I don't care about future draft picks. I'm going for it now. I want to win this year. I want to win next year. I want to win the year after. And I love that. I think that's great. And I think the one thing that goes unmentioned in all of this with the Tampa Bay Lightning is there's a reason why they can do this. There's one reason, one very good reason why they can do this, because they have the best amateur scouting staff in the NHL. Yeah. Led by Al Murray. Yeah. So you can trade a first round pick
Sure.
And you say, Al, you don't have a pick till number 47. Yeah, okay. I'll find a guy who's going to end up in the Hall of Fame. Like Braden Point, Kucherov. The list goes on and on and on of these guys that they just seem to find either in the draft in later rounds, or they sign them, like Anthony Cirelli. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's I think that's a huge part of the reason why the Tampa Bay Lightning are able to make these kinds of trades.
Yeah.
And throw away future first round picks because they don't need them.
Yeah.
They don't need them. They're going to find players anyways.
Yeah.
Right? So use your first round picks to get guys that are going to help you now, and then send Al Murray out to go find a bunch of other good players.
But if you look at that team, like you look at like Kucherov, for instance, man's not old.
No.
It's very conceivable. Or Braden Point actually just signed a long-term contract extension last summer.
Yes.
Was the 8-year contract extension he just signed?
Yes.
It's very conceivable that this team will fall out of their Stanley Cup window, while a guy like Braden Point is still an elite level player in the NHL.
Right.
Meaning that you can then flip him and get that first round pick back when you need it.
Right.
It's kind of like they're treating picks as like a pawn shop. Here, you hold on to this for me. And when I'm done with, winning Stanley Cups, I'm going to come back for that.
And two, you talk about their window, right? Like, how much longer is Andrei Vasilevsky going to be the best goalie in the world?
Could be 5 years.
Yeah. How much longer is Victor Hedman going to be arguably the best defenseman in the world? For a little while.
Yeah.
He's still got
a couple more years.
This team is not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
For the next little while.
Yeah.
They're going to be good.
Stamkos is the elder statesman.
Yeah,
he's like 31.
Yeah. Oh, Pat Maroon kind of is, but he's all that guy does
of
is
the
win
important
cups.
players.
All that guy does is win cups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The LeBron James of the NHL.
Yeah.
I said it before.
I love what Tampa did.
Yeah.
I love that Julien Brisebois is. You can't even say he's like mortgaging the present because things still look pretty good there.
Yeah, exactly. And now you look at like Matthew Joseph is he doesn't quite have the skill right now, but man, he's got a motor. He's got a heck of a motor, like in terms of his forechecking and stuff like that. He is a high octane guy, and if he can figure it out to put things together just a little bit, like he could be an excellent player. But at the end of the day, like if you're Tampa, like you make that trade every single day of the week.
When you have the depth that Tampa has, players like that are interchangeable, period.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have that depth and you need guys like that and that, but in Tampa, that guy's interchangeable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's very similar to like how we've seen the Pittsburgh Penguins just constantly elevating random players.
Yeah, John Marino, Brian Rust, getting guys out of nowhere, Sam Lafferty's, the whatever that they always end up getting. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's there's some really bright hockey minds out there.
Yeah. Apparently Florida is,
another cowboy.
The fountain of hockey minds.
Oh, and I was talking about the Panthers though. Another cowboy, Bill Zito.
Yeah.
Who just did a bunch of stuff that I love too.
Should we take that as an opportunity to make a little teaser?
Oh, he'll come on sometime. Yeah, sure. Bill Zito will be on the podcast. I don't know when. It'll be soon. We were good. We almost had him today. And he had to bail, and he felt badly about it. And he said, "I'll take a rain check." So he owes me one. So he'll be on sometime soon.
Well, and as you'll see in the Bill Armstrong interview, when a GM says they owe one to Ken, it might actually mean something.
It might. Yeah.
But so I'll take that moment to say, subscribe. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We release everything as clips so that if you don't care to listen to an hour of us speaking, which I get it, you can listen to us in nice little 10, 12 minute segments. I think that's the perfect.
A lot of people can only take me in small doses. So that's quite good.
You're so lucky to have found me.
You complete me, Dylan. And we are now once again reunited, and it feels
We are
so good.
yes, that's right. Yes, we're no longer sitting across the space. We've across the void.
Yeah, I'm not over there by the power tools, by the saw, by the power.
You're never
saw.
more than a stone's throw away from a power tool in this this
right.
area. But moving on. Also, if you want this this full episode and the writing that we often reference, kencampbell.substack.com. Check it out. Paid subscriptions are worth it. Better. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.